We're still at Neocon 2013 in Chicago. We're in the Masland Contract stand. I am with Lee Martin, the president. Lee, how are you?
I'm fine, David. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Talk to me about...
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity to come with an old company in terms of brand equity and just a long history. And a lot of very, very good people here in Masland, and I just have found myself in a good place.
Well, you've been to college in this industry, haven't you?
I have indeed, yes, yes.
Now, let me ask you about the marketplace in general. It seems like there are good crowds here. I suspect that's a good indicator. What are you hearing out in the streets?
Well, when you have a good first day at Neocon and it's followed by another good day, that's a pretty good signal that we've got a good year going, and we do. And I'm hearing a little more excitement here than maybe in the last few years, and it's exciting when people are talking about projects. End users are here, of course, a lot of architects and designers, but they're coming in talking about a specific job they have, and that always excites us. You know.
Is that the majority, or a lot of people just come here for inspiration?
You get some of everything. I don't see the tire kicking we did years ago where everybody came to Neocon. We don't see that anymore. If you're going to go to the expense to be here, not only to travel here and stay, but to be away from your job, if you're going to that expense, there's a reason for it. So, you know, you have a customer here to do business, for the most part.
Tell me, when you come to a company, you come and take this company over. Obviously, they're looking for a good manager. They're looking for inspiration, I suppose, and a variety of things. Talk about some of the things you see bringing here.
As I mentioned earlier, you had a very good brand, so you have an acceptance in the marketplace. A brand equity is what I call it. But you had a product grouping that was in the very higher end of the market, of that buying segment, where our buyer today, our specifier, our end user, they are being driven to more value-centered products. And we had a very limited number of those. And so the challenge here was to change that. And in some cases, it was a sales force directed at the A&D community, did a very good job there, that needs more of an end-user push. We need a stronger relationship with our flooring contractors than this company's had historically. So those are the things right away, call it low-hanging fruit, that I've had the opportunity to really immerse myself in.
Now, there's an awful lot of product here. In fact, it's shown very well.
Well, thank you.
Talk about the product philosophy now that you're here.
We want to maintain as much of the Masland type visual. I call it Masland-esque, very high-end, high-style product. But in like our carpet tile, you have to pull weight out. You have to hit price points that you could not hit with the other. Broadloom, similar but not as much. Our rug business is a big part and will be going forward of our business. There's so many customers putting down hard surface, and we're really the only or one of the very few commercial rug manufacturers. So those options are playing, and that's what we're having to really push the ball forward on.
So you're one of the few players that really profits from the hard surface trend.
Absolutely, absolutely, and more so going forward.
That's it. Now, in terms of numbers of products, expanding to some of the lower price points, does that mean that the line has expanded a good deal?
It has expanded. We have a lot of older products that our challenge is to move them out, and we're in the process of doing that. But we're adding a lot of product right now, but we're having to.
Modular. It seems to have been growing like crazy.
Yes.
I suspect it will continue to be, what is it, 50, 55%, so somewhere in that range?
It depends on your segment, but easily 50 plus, yeah.
What's going to happen with that? Will that continue to grow?
I think it will. We're counting on that. A lot of the dynamics in our industry, moisture in the slab and all, may be slowing down a little bit of the modular growth, but we got broadloom too. So, but no, to answer your question, I do see the modular continuing to grow.
But I hear some of the institutional segments, a lot of areas that really hadn't considered modular before seem to be doing it now.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, historically, your modular products are much more expensive than your broadloom. Well, that delta's closed. So they can go with the flexibility of a modular product for very similar to, or certainly close to their old broadloom pricing. So they see the sense in doing that. A lot of your modular office systems dictate modular carpet. So it's just all of those things combined.
I wonder if when designers come in here, do they have more modular in their mind than they do broadloom, say?
If they are a corporate designer, yes. If they're education, a little of both. Retail, a little of both. Hospitality, still more broadloom. Assisted living, they're starting to look at tiles. So it just depends on the segment.
Lee, what are your expectations for 2013? What do you think is going to happen in the whole commercial sector this year?
I think we're going to have growth. It's not going to be double digit, I don't think. But the segment in general, I think, is stabilized, and we're seeing some growth. A couple of our competitors have been growing, but a lot of the industry hasn't. So I see all that kind of coming together for maybe a steady growth, but not a huge growth.
Lee, thanks very much for talking with us. I appreciate it very much, and let's do it again.
We do it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We've been talking with Lee Martin. We're in the Masland commercial stand. We're at Neocon 2013. This is Talk Floor TV.